Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to my channel and to a Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, myself, Dorothy, Rebecca, and Sonia. And you know what else it is? Scraptember with the Scrappy Sister and Laura Alberts, and 30 Days of Sketches with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. And the prompt today is hearts. Yeah, I'm doing a double taker today. And this is a sketch we'll be using today. Cute wonky hearts and two pictures, and I only have one. And we'll see how mine turns out. Well, it's two in one anyway. Well, three in one. It is three in one. I'm showing the sketch right there, and of course it's up there in the left-hand corner. And it kind of looks like they might have used paint. Well, it was digital, so, but it looks kind of like paint or marker or something. I decided to do stitches, and I'm going to use three different colors of thread because I wasn't sure I'd have enough for all three hearts. And I do have a template that I generally use for my hearts. I had to make a new one for this one because of the way it's made. And yeah, I'm going to put it on there three times, stitch it three times, and yeah, I'm going to fail all the way on this. I mean, I won't know it till I'm basically done with my layout and looking at it. But I am going to fail. Except for the people that watch the video. They'll know I really didn't. But I am marking it on my paper because it's a whole lot easier to mark it on there and put your holes right on top of those lines. You don't even have to erase later because the stitching's going to cover it up. And that's what I'm doing. And at first, when I first start stitching, I marked, I'm going to mark, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to mark where my photo's at so I don't stitch there. But when I make the holes, I make holes there. So I have to put little X's on them to remind myself not to stitch there. And then while I'm doing the stitching, I think, oh, I'm going to have to put something down there for the, oh, it's journaling strips. And I thought, I'm not going to have journaling strips, so I can put banners there or something. I really don't need stitches right there, just the bottom one. So I did the bottom one. But you will see where the problem lies later. Like I said, I didn't see it till I was done with the layout. And I think I was already in here editing the video before I noticed it. But it only took me about an hour to do all this stitching. I mean, before I started, I thought it'd probably take me 2 or more. But since it's nice straight stitching most of the way and nothing complicated, it only took me about an hour. I watched the news. That's how I know it only took me about an hour. I didn't look at the clock to start with, but about 2 or 3 minutes after I got started, the news came on, and I got done right as they were ending the second one. So an hour. I am knotting him in the back, and then I always put some glue on there. And I have tried the washi tape. However, day before yesterday, I think it was, I went to put some in the albums, and two were stuck together, and I thought, okay, what's up here? Well, it was the washi tape, and it was on a picture, and so I just decided I'm going to go back to my old way of doing it. I'm putting some, tying a knot and putting some glue on it. I am going to use, well, it's Simple Stories Cozy. Is it Cozy Fall? Maybe that's it. It's from last year, their autumn one. And the papers I'm using, well, I tried, if you've seen it, the first of the video, I was busy talking and didn't mention it. But there was a white piece of paper laying there and the cream colored. And I was showing the paper's got more of a white base than it does cream. However, it's not super white. So I laid it on the white and I laid it on the cream. I personally liked it better on the cream, but then I don't mind mixing white and cream. And it looked warmer. It didn't look quite as cool as it did with the white. So I went with the cream instead. And since it's Punched Out Thursday, I'm making some pumpkins with my punches. I'm using my small oval punch that's Stampin' Up, and of course discontinued forever ago, and my 1 1/4 inch punch to make them. And I'm inking them up in the rusty hinge because y'all know I love the rusty hinge. And I'm trying to leave the center not ink, but get a good bit of ink around the edges. So it kind of looks like the light hits it and gives it a little more dimension. Well, of course it's faux dimension, but it's still dimension. And I'm using two for each one of them, cutting one in half and putting it behind the sides of it to add, how the pumpkins are kind of lumpy. That's what I'm going for, a lumpy pumpkin. Or maybe scallop's the word. I'm not sure. I've never really thought about it before. So, but I'm trying to do my pumpkins where they look more like the one sitting in the photo. And that photo's a picture of my great niece Isabella sitting in a pumpkin patch. And of course, she's dressed in bright pink, but I'm just going to ignore it and go on with my layout and leave her dressed in her bright pink. And I used my old punch. Well, it belonged to my daughter first. She was doing outdoor layouts when we first started scrapbooking, mostly hunting, and she found that one somewhere, that little tiny leaf. And picturing our layouts back then, it kind of got lost on the layout, I'm sure. But putting it on the pumpkin, but rather than having it behind a picture and sticking out or laying on top of a picture by itself, it has more interest, I think, on the pumpkin than it does just laying there. And it still works great. So I punched them out and using them as the leaves on my pumpkin. Now I know by the time this photo was taken, the pumpkin did not have green, but y'all know I like green. So my pumpkins are going to have green. And they also have a stem. I use the same paper for the stem. And then I'm going to pull out a border punch. Well, I guess I already have. I can see it laying there. Yeah, I was talking, not looking. Sorry. But it has little flowers that punch out. But then it also has this part you throw away that's kind of curly. Well, I wanted the curly to go for my vines on my pumpkin. So I punched out, well, I'm going to end up punching it one more time so I can have some curls of the vines on my pumpkin. And when it zooms back out, you'll be able to see that punch. It's right there on the right-hand side. But to get a little closer to the pumpkins while I was doing it, I had to zoom in and you can't see the punch. You couldn't even really see me punching it because of that. Um, I will have a few extra leaves because I punched a couple extra. I thought I might want to lay them somewhere. I'm just going to go ahead and lay them on the bottom of my pumpkin like they're laying on the ground in front of them and use them all up. There's that punch. It's over there on the right hand side. Can you see it? It is a Martha Stewart one, and it's what they call a punch around the page, I believe. I believe. No, that one's straight all the way across. I don't think it folds up because I don't remember folding it out. No, it's not a punch around the page. Forget I said that. It's just a punch, a border punch. But I'm not sure what the name of it actually is. Oh, I went ahead and punched one more leaf out because I thought two just didn't look quite right there with my pumpkins, and I did need one more. But if I hadn't punched the extra, I probably wouldn't have had none right there. I'm not sure what I'm doing now. Oh, I'm going to do the title now, and I'm using the Letterbox by Echo Park. And it's only like a 1 inch by a 2 inch die. I mean, it is really small. It has all those letters crammed on there. And you can run it through and punch them out with the adhesive on the back. Super quick to get alphas. And since I didn't have a really big space right there, I thought I need little ones. So that's why I got this one. And I use the same cardstock they use behind the photo. Now, when I was doing my holes and stitching and all that stuff, I said I had to put something there besides the strips for the Well, journaling's what I'm assuming that's what it's for. Of course, my banners are going to be thicker. Well, I'm going to put 2 on right away, and then I decided I needed more. So I'm cutting 2 more. However, when I put the 2 more on there, the reason I put them on there is because see that little teeny tiny bit of the heart that's sticking out the bottom? It's not enough to even tell what it is, so I thought I'd cover it up because it's kind of driving me crazy just seeing that little tiny bit. Well, I forgot that not showing the heart at the bottom, you couldn't tell those were hearts at the top, considering it's kind of a wonky shape. And so now I got loops at the top on both sides. So the prompt, except for everybody that watches the video, they will think I did not achieve it. But yeah, those are 3 hearts in the background. Those were put on there as hearts, not loops, but they do look like loops now. I used the Sizzix die. It's Frills number 2. And it has like 4 borders on there, and I picked one of them out to put on the bottom here. And I decided to bring that one banner all the way across and off the page. And I liked that pretty good. I liked all that pretty good till I was done with the layout and seeing that I didn't have hearts anymore. But yeah, I like the looks of it, but I wish I had the look of a heart, 3 hearts to be precise. But I don't. Anyway, so I just go merrily along my way, making my layout, not even realizing it. If I'd moved my photo up a little, well, if I'd cut my photo smaller to start with, that would help. But if I'd moved it up a little, it would help too. But it's on there now. It's done now. And let me know if you think they look like hearts now, or if they look like loops. I figure the odds will be in favor of the loops. But don't forget, down there below will be the Scraptember gals, which are the Scrappy sisters, Jess and Katie, and Laura Alberts. And yeah, they're the ones with the prompts, and the one I failed on today. And also down there is the Christy's Beautiful Life, and she did the sketches. Well, Laura made some of them, so they worked as a team, and have had a great hop all month long, and lots of people interested, and they let us all join. So yeah, be sure to check all the links down there below because there is so many more behind all those that I mentioned already. Yeah, lots and lots of inspiration and so many different styles. You get to see everybody use the same sketch as their inspiration and see what they create with it, and then pick out the ideas that you like best from each one and use on your layout. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. And there's sweet little Isabella there by that pumpkin that is as big as she is. Have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.